Of course.
How do you do?
If it can be used to heal or hurt someone, I have it here for sale. Want to have a look?
Show me your wares.
A lesser known aspect of the god Aethys, Gone represents the cyclic nature of life and the seasons, and is often portrayed as a farmer wielding a scythe. He enjoys popularity among the rural followers of Aethys, who are drawn to his varying identities as provider, shepherd of the dead, defender against injustice. Gon's share is said to have been crafted by a distraught warrior smith after the destruction was held by Glyphathian raiding party. Upon arriving at a neighboring settlement, the smith immediately set about his work, intending to craft a weapon suited to righting the wrongs done to his village. Toiling over several weeks, he was able to fashion a heavy flail covered in small sickle-shaped blades with which he was determined to send any returning invaders into the afterlife.
I trust all is well. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
People are starting to notice your hard work. I dare say we'll have more visitors shortly. I'm glad you've decided to stay on, my lord. It's been difficult watching this place tumble into decay time and again. To see it restored as it is, I can imagine the great crowds, the petitioners, music, perhaps in the evening. Oh, I've gotten carried away, haven't I? Here's the report.
I trust all is well. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
All fancy weapons and no skill.
A well-groomed man steps through the hall with a confident swagger. A smug grin etched on his face. He's flanked by 5 other hard-looking individuals. One of his companions eyes you for a moment before spitting chew at your feet. Another pup come wandering in, I see. Just now that binds giant slayers run things around here, and you be fine. Never heard of him. His eyes are narrow. You have now. Stick around Defiance Bay and you will again. Plenty of bounty to go around, but there's a reason the giant slayers get the lion's share. Remember that. Voice bellows across the hall. Enough jabberbine. He's gonna do the job or talk about it. His jaw tightens. Windin's right. That coin ain't gonna collect itself. Looks at his comrades and jerks his chin towards the door. See you around, pup.
Don't stand on ceremony. State your business.
You know a place in the wilderness with colorful pools and waterfall that rises? I know the place. Got a map locked up in one of those chests with the very spot marked on it. Sure, it's for 50 copper. Here you go. Find it in the back room behind Solonit's shop. Hands you a key. Look on the map for Searing Falls. Fantastic place. Thermal springs alone are worth the journey. Falls are so hot, most water turns to steam. That's the rising you're talking about. Winning casually nods. What else you need? I'm looking for work.
Go see Osric. He's usually got something. You do well for him, maybe I can find you more.
Alright. Tell me about the dozens. Winnin's expression becomes serious, the timbre of his voice deepening. Good men and women, trying to walk in the footsteps of great men and women who came before us. We're a loose association of warriors and expeditionaries in the Deerwood. Not as fancy as the Crucible Knights, mind you, but at least we remember our roots. At least they remember someone else's roots. Trying to like them means your roots. The Crucible Knights take pride in having won the Deerwood's freedom 150 years ago, but we're the ones who protected it. Everyone knows that the Saints' War ended when the God Hammer, the sword Waywin at Evendware Bridge. I got the guy over here. A lot of folks don't know how Waydin wound up on that bridge. 7 men, 5 women. They walked out of Halgut's citadel, faced down a god, held him there until the bomb went off. Thumped the table. That's the legacy we defend. Some call us mercenaries, but we don't need no marching armor and silky clothes to remember our roles. We're now the same now as we were then. We stand up for the people. First line defense, whatever it takes. We got new emeries now. If it's not waiting, it's his damn legacy. It's a damn soul butchers in Backbury, making things worse than all of us. Probably causing the whole damn thing one way or another. Well, we haven't gone anywhere. There's a lot more than 12 of us now. If we defend the Weirwood, we'll do it again. Farewell.
For the last time, Adwig, keep your fucking blade up! If that dummy was armed, it'd have your head off!
Looking for work.
You want an expedition? Talk to Wennon. I just handle these mercenary shit shovelers! Adventurers, I mean.
Although, sizes you up, I do have something I need done. Something that requires... He glances sidelong at adventurer, flailing away helplessly at dummy. Competence.
I was formerly one of the Knights of the Crucible. When I left, they kept my arms and armor. The arms they can have, but the armor belonged to my family. I'd like it back.
Why don't you just go and ask for it back?
No. Oh, they'd like that, I'm sure. But I won't be going. Sooner be torn apart by dogs than give them the satisfaction.
Doesn't sound like
You don't
leaving the
choose to
Crucible
leave
Knight,
knighthood.
believe me.
The Crucible Knights, they may not be a real knighthood, but the oaths you swear are just as true. Still, turns out that even unofficial knighthoods have politics. You cross the wrong man, suddenly all kinds of accusations are thrown your way, and nobody believes you.
Nothing more destructive than a crowd with the wrong idea. What's the
It's a
armor?
breastplate. Not much to look at, and it's seen far too much use, but it's been in my family since the liberation.
I'll see
Then it's
what I can
Penhelm
do.
you're looking for. A low snake of a man. If he was to die choking on his own black tongue, it'd be too kind of fate. He kept it when he had me kicked out. I got word from a reliable source that Penhelm visited a forger in Andra's Gift, right after being soul-scanned by a cipher in Dunreed Row. Should you have it in your heart to find a way to ruin his life while you're there, well, drinks on me. It's a requirement to join the Knights. They have to ensure a novitiate doesn't have a subversive lineage. If Penhelm's superiors found out his affidavit was a fake, his career would be over. Every novitiate gets an affidavit from Dunreed Row, and those are stored at Crucible Keep. If you find Penhelm's, one of those ciphers could tell you if it's real.
Sigourney scratches back on that. If generations of Massex traditions are any indication, this Penhelm probably doesn't remember it. Still, a past like that has to count for something. Got business with me? Tell me about the Expedition Hall. It's a treasure hunting, plain and simple. Sponsors put up money, hired adventurers to explore the wilds, looking for ruins mostly. To come back alive, they split the spoils. If not, because they handle weapons like this lot in front of me might be digging their own graves right now. Looking for
You want an
work.
expedition? Talk to Wenin. I just handle these mercenary shit shovelers. Adventurers, I mean.
Osric was kicked out of the Crucible Knights by a fellow knight named Penhelm. Worse, his superior's confiscated breastplate been in his generation for years, or generations. Osric has asked me to retrieve a breastplate from Penhelm. He believes his rival might have forged a document from Dunrid Row, verifying the purity of his soul. I can prove the Penhelm's forgery. I may have some leverage finally to get breastplate back.
Hail and well met.
Haven't seen you before. You're headed out with an expedition company? Or are you betting on one? Tell me about the expeditions, now. They're groups of adventurers that venture into the wilderness. One or few try their luck scouring the ruins. Most of them come back empty-handed, if they come back at all. Betting on them is almost as risky as actually going. But that's how the expeditions get funded. Every once in a while, one of the adventure companies will strike it big, make a fortune for the backers. How long you been here at? She leans on the countertop and drums her fingers. Oh, a few years. I got in the minute the last merchant cleared out. Now it's sort of the main area of the hall. They've got new expeditions venturing every week, so this is a great for business. And the dozens make loyal friends and loyal customers. Just as long as you stick by them. Taps Connor. The vendor who was here before me, they ran him out when he sold his best helms to a pair of Crucible Knights. I've been careful not to make that same mistake. Can I buy something? I'm afraid not. See, dozens only do business with me as long as I do business with them. They're good customers. Jerks her thumb at the door. But if you get on Osric's good side, he can make an exception for you. Probably training some of the recruits right now. Okay, bye. Found a map pointing to the location of a place called Searing Falls. It's a long journey, but at least I know where it is now.
Go see Osric. He's usually got something. You do well for him, maybe I can find you more.
Osric sent me to you. I was looking for an expedition. I have an expedition, but they're not for just anyone. We dozens help those of like mind indeed. How about you give Osric a hand first? Show us where you stand. I'm not going anywhere. Alright, bye.
Keeping an eye out.
As you approach the dead man, you can feel the faint traces of his soul lingering, a stunned uncertainty holding it in place. When you near, without warning, the soul hurries towards you, as though you were a solitary light, and the dank gloom of this place come to usher it away. Its essence invades your consciousness. You are in a different body now, walking deeper into the catacombs, cloaked trapped in a dark row with a mask pulled over your face. You're following a familiar path along the canal, heading to a room built around a statue of a figure wearing a robe much like yours, others wait, clothed in hoods and shadows. Ahead is another figure, dressed like you, traveling in the same direction. You don't know his name, and that's how it's supposed to be. Out of the darkness, something monstrous grabs the other figure. You turn to flee, but find yourself face to face with a troll lock. The panic pounding into your brain is interrupted by razor-edged teeth and claws. You snap yourself out of the dead man's memory. The corpse lies on the damp, grimy ground. His hood and mask are missing, and his clothes are shredded. Again, he draws next to you. You alright? Looked almost like you lost your footing for a moment. Feels that way when I look into the ether. She watches you quietly. You really are a watcher, aren't you? Once in a great many generations, one of my people was born with the ability to speak to souls. Usually such individuals become elders, or a lone set of tracks in the snow. She cocks her head. I would have thought my journey would be easier if I could see what you are, but looking at you, not so sure. My abilities are a blessing. Believe it or not, I once would have rejoiced to know I'd be picked to travel far in search of something great. But even these gifts come with a cost, don't they? Forgive me if I was a little skeptical of your abilities before. Can't say I've ever met a real watcher before. Oh, don't worry about him. He just likes doing that from time to time. Seems to cheer him up, so I just let him. Once we've seen it a few times, the shock will wear off. Every time he goes a little strange in the face, I try and see if I can hear anything. Kana grins. It hasn't worked so far. See if you can get him to tell you what the spirit said.